Now we are going to start lesson 2, which is,
Electron arrangement in atoms.
yes, electron arrangement in atoms. We studied in lesson 1 how can we deal with electrons while moving around the nucleus. And we got the meaning of electron clouds rather than electron level or energy level. Energy level is related to Bohr, you remember that? But Schrödinger came after Bohr and he said it's like electron cloud. It's a region or area the electron can move around the nucleus through it. That's what we studied in lesson 1. Here we need to configure these electrons or distribute these electrons around the nucleus. It has rules. Okay, the electrons to move around the nucleus, it has rules. It means when the nucleus be at the middle like this, and we have levels, or we can say clouds, whatever, for the electron to move around the nucleus. Here, level 1, level 2, and more. The electrons are moving here around the nucleus, not randomly, but they have rules. We have 3 rules, ya shabab. We have 3 rules for the electron to move around the nucleus and to configure them. Configuration means distribution. Configuration means distribution. If you want to distribute the electrons around the nucleus, how many electrons here, how many electrons here, and what is the rule for movement? It's not randomly. Today we are going to study these rules. There are 3 rules, actually. Okay, what are they? Uh, as I said, the electrons have area to move, and each level, look at this drawing, each level has its own energy. Level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, and so on. This level 1 has some energy, level 2 has another energy, level 3 has energy, and level 4 has its own energy. Each level has sublevels, as I said before. Remember that? Who can tell me level 1 has how many sublevels? Very quickly, please, revise with me. ها عبد الرحمن أيمن؟ يلا عبد الرحمن، بسرعة شوية يا جماعة. اللي أقول له أقول اسمه يكون معايا بسرعة. ليفل 1 عبد الرحمن أيمن. عبد الرحمن أيمن. طيب أحمد عباس. يا ريت بعد كده يا جماعة اللي أقول اسمه يرد معايا على طول، علشان اللي مش هيرد هعتبره أكنه مش موجود. ده كده غلط، يعني لازم يكون كله متفاعل معانا. أحمد عباس اتفضل. Level 1 has how many sublevels?
1.
Yes, what's its name?
S.
Then second level has how many sublevels?
2.
Yes, S and
D.
yes, level 3.
3. SPD.
Yes, SPD. And level 4.
4. SPDF.
Thank you, Ahmed. BDF. Yes. Okay. These sublevels we studied before, and these are orbitals. First rule for configuration called off-bow principle. Off-bow principle. Off-bow principle arranges the filling of the electron according to the energy in each sub-level. Because as I said, each level has its own energy. Also, each sub-level has its own energy. It means S, which is S1, 1S, has some energy. 2S has some energy higher than S1 because it's located in the second level. Again, I will tell you again. Please listen and concentrate. Level 1 has 1s sublevel or orbital, has energy, and level 2 has another s, layer 2s, okay, has higher energy than 1s, and 2b has higher energy than 2s and 1s, higher and higher while moving. Yes, you understand this? I can give you some numbers يعني as example to understand what I mean. If we imagine 1s has energy about 10, 2s has energy about مثلا 15, b 2b تحديدا has energy 20, and so on. So while moving through the sublevels and orbitals, each one of these sublevel has amount of energy, and it gets higher while moving farther apart from the nucleus. So when you are filling the electrons, you have to fill the lower energy first, then the higher one, then the higher one, and so on. You got that meaning, everyone? شباب, is it clear يا شباب?
ايوه يا مستر.
Okay. So this is the meaning of Bow principle. Sometimes we call it building up principle. Of Bow principle or building up principle means filling the levels and sublevels of lower energy first, then the higher ones. That's it. Okay? But I want to continue something. Listen. If you imagine 1s is 10, 2s has energy 15, then 2b 20, then 3s, for example, 25, b, layer 2b, 30, okay, and 3b, 3d, imagine it's 35, and the 4s, listen please, and 4s is 34. So listen to this. 34 is higher or lower than 35? Lower energy. It means 4s has lower energy than 3d. You understand this? 4s has lower energy than 3d. It means while moving in the sublevels and filling the electrons, you have to fill the lower energy first, which is 1s first, then 2s, then 2b, then 3s, then 3b, then 4s first, then back to 3d afterward, because you are filling the lower energy first, then the higher one. You got that يا جماعة؟ عايز اسمع كده interaction وحد يقول لي لو مش فاهم. You got that meaning of principle؟
تمام يا مستر.
طيب الحمد لله. So that's what he said in this rule. Okay? That's the first rule called of principle. Look, they arrange it or the scientists arranged the sublevels according to their energy by increasing the energy. 1s first, then 2s. Look, change the color. 2s, then look, 2b, then 3s, then 3b, then 3d or 4s. 4s first, then 3d. لأن 4s is higher than 3b but slightly lower than 3d. So you have to fill 4s first, then 3d, then 4b. طيب after 4b we have to fill 4d? No. Why? Because you have to fill after 4b 5s first. Because it's lower, slightly lower than, look, slightly lower than 4d in its energy. So you have to fill 5s, then 4d, then 5b. طيب after 5b we have to fill 5d? No, 6s first, then 5d, then 4f, then and so on. From all of that, we have to know that Aufbau principle said that electrons occupy the orbitals of lowest energy first, okay? Then you can feel the higher ones after that. And the diagram shows you that. Is it clear?
تمام.
Okay. How can we apply this arrangement? It's difficult. No, it's not difficult. Okay. This diagram is easy to follow if you follow this drawing. I will draw something here. Look and listen. You can do this because it's not in the book. I will draw something here to be easier for you to make configuration for the electron. Please, everyone, do it in your copybook, please. Okay, or draw as I'm drawing now. Write first 1s here, then 2s, and beside it 2b, then 3s, 3b, 3d. Please do as I'm doing now, because it's not in the book, this drawing or this figure. Then 4s, 4b, 4d, 4f. First level has only s, second level has s and b, third level has s, b, and d only, fourth level has s, b, d, and f. What about fifth level? 5s, 5b, 5d, 5f. What about 6? 6s, 6b, 6d, and 6f, and also 7. But you don't need 7, but okay, I'll do 7s, 7b, 7d, and 7f. Okay. What next? We will move from down to up like this. Look at this arrow and this arrow like this. Please do it in your copybook because it's not in the book. To be easier for you to do the configuration in order by the arrangement of Aufbau principle. Look, I'm doing them in order like these arrows. Look, like this, and like this, and like this, and so on and so on. Okay? Type. The arrangement here will be lists first 1s. 1s. S carry how many electrons? S can carry how many electrons يا شباب? Who can tell me?
2.
Yes. طب what about B? Quickly, please.
3.
No. 3 orbitals. I'm talking about electrons now. S carry 2 electrons. But I'm talking about electrons now. But B can carry 6 electrons. But what about D? Can carry how many electrons?
10.
12 يا مستر.
ايه يا رغيب؟
12.
لا دي كاري 10. هي عندها 5 orbitals يبقى كان كاري 10 electrons. انتوا ازاي نسيتوا حاجه زي كده؟ دي مهمه جدا. الاس كان كاري 2 electrons. البي كاري 6 electrons. الدي كان كاري 10 electrons and F كان كاري 14 electrons.
14.
ايوه دي الالكترونز يا شباب. دي الالكترونز. ما بقولش الاوربيتالز. لو سالتك على الاوربيتالز اصل ممكن يجي لك سؤال على الاوربيتالز او الالكترونز. لو الاوربيتالز الاس has 1 orbital. هنا 3 orbitals for B, 5 orbitals for D, 7 orbitals for F. And each orbital can carry 2 electrons. عشان كده تلاقيها doubled بقى. من الاوربيتال الالكترون بتبقى doubled. تمام؟ يبقى 2 electrons for S, 6 electrons for B, 10 electrons for D, and 14 electrons for F. So we need to fill the electrons now. Okay, S carry 2. Remember, in S carry 2, B can carry 6, D can carry 10, and F can carry 14. Let's do this arrangement again. Listen, please, everyone, to understand the arrangement by of principle. 1s first, okay? Yes, 1s2. Then, 2s2. I want someone to follow me, please, or help me while making this arrangement. I need بكر. يلا يا بكر. بكر you are sleeping ولا ايه؟
لا موجود بس.
طيب اوكي يا بكر. يبقى اول حاجه 1 اس هو
أيوه.
حسب الاول اللي انا ماشي عليه. then قول لنا بقى.
دقيقة
انت كنت
ايش
بتسمعني؟
تقول مستر؟ معلش ما سمعتك.
شكلك كنت بتاكل باين عليك.
لا ما موجود.
Follow this arrow. Okay. After filling 1s2, then fill what? 2s.
2s.
Yes, 2s2. Then
بعدين 3s to b.
No ما فيش 3s. بص الارو انا ماشي ازاي؟ look.
ايوه من 2p ل 3s.
Yes. يبقى 2b first عشان هو اللور انرجي. Then 3s عشان هو الهاير 1. يبقى بنعمل اللور then higher. يبقى 2b. طبعا how many electrons? 6. Then
بعدين
3s. After 2b 3s.
3p to 4s مستر.
لا ركز معايا. دلوقتي احنا خدنا 1s اوكي. then من تحت لفوق كده 2s اوكي. after that 2b then 3s.
صح.
بعد 2b 3s. follow the arrow. كله فاهم يا جماعه؟ اوكي
تمام.
هنا بعد 2b 3s2. then after 3s خلصنا نبدا ارو جديد.
ايوه
after
من 3p.
yes 3b واحده 3b 6. then after 3b
4s.
yes after 3b don't say 3d. no it's wrong. although they are in the same level 3 but you have to follow up principle. you have to fill 4s first then 3d. why? because the energy of 4s is lower than 3d, so you have to fill 4s then 3d. again while moving, change the color here to be clear. While moving from 3b you have to move to 4s. after 3b 4s2 then 3d. معايا يا بكر؟ 3d. how many electrons here for d? 10. as I said yes 3d 10. طيب what after 3d?
4p.
yes let's write 4b 6. what after 4b?
5s.
yes very good 5s 2 طبعا. after 5s let's start a new arrow.
ايش يا مستر؟
after
4d.
5s we finish 5s خلاص. let's go to the next arrow. we have to fill what?
4p. لا
4d.
4d. ايوه
yes 4d.
معلش انا شفت 4p بالغلط.
4d 10 طبعا. then after 4d ريح بكر ونخلي حد يكمل.
5p.
اوكي
انا مبسوط يا مستر.
طيب قلت ايه بقى after 4d 5b.
5p.
yes 5b 6. after 5b
6s.
yes 6s 6s2. after 6s let's start this
4f.
yes 4f.
ومستر نكمل على ذا الوضع.
ونكمل بالظبط
يعني
كده بس انا لازم اكمل الاخر عشان ايه الناس تفهم. 4f
تمام.
then 5 d10 then 6
6p.
b6 then 7
s.
s2 and it's enough. okay so we have to follow this rule. don't fill randomly, but you have to follow this rule to apply the off-bow principle يا شباب. بقية الناس فاهمة يا جماعة؟ Please tell me.
ايوه يا مستر.
Okay.
مين يا مستر بليز؟
Sorry مين بيتكلم من صوت بعيد؟ Again please. Someone ask something? Okay. So you have to draw this at your copybook, please. Okay, as I said, because it's not in the book. To be able to arrange the configuration or fill the configuration. This is a rule, the first rule called the off-bow principle. Okay. The second rule you have to follow while filling the electrons, Pauli exclusive principle. Second one, Pauli exclusive principle describe the electrons in the orbital. At most, there are 2 electrons. That's it. You know that we have orbital. Each orbital can carry only 2 at most, 2 electrons at most. That's it. This is Pauli exclusive principle. Okay. According to this, he described the maximum number of electrons in each orbital, and also he said something. He said the electrons must move in opposite direction, one clockwise and the other anti-clockwise, like this, or counterclockwise, like this, opposite direction to resist the repulsion. Okay, they must be paired and in opposite spins or opposite direction. This is Pauli exclusive, the second rule. Oh, the spin must be in opposite direction, as I said. Okay, it's clear, Jama? The third rule called Hund's rule. Hund's rule says something. While filling the electron in orbitals, you have to fill them singly or individually first. How come? Look at this drawing. If you are filling the 3 orbitals of B, for example, you remember B has how many orbitals? 3. Yes? 3B. Okay, شباب? طيب, if you have 4 electrons and you need to fill the electrons or put the electron in these orbitals, you can do like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. No, it's wrong. Why? Hund's rule said that you have to fill the electrons individually first, like this. The first electron here, second here, third here. Then if you have 4, you have to put the 4th one here, no problem. But you have to distribute them singly first. You got this meaning, anyone?
تمام.
It's easy, I guess. And if they are 3 like this, you have to fill them singly or individually first, like this. Look, like this, and in the same direction. Don't make like this. And if there are 3, like this and like this and like this. No, it's wrong as well. Okay, individually and in the same direction first, then fill the others if you have more, like this, or like what I did. Okay, this is Hund's rule. It's easy. If you want to understand more, look at these configurations for some elements. Hydrogen, helium, lithium, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, sodium, some elements. If you want to make an example for each of them, I will do an example with you, then I will show you the table to understand more. Let's do example like nitrogen. Nitrogen is 7 electrons. If you want to configure these electrons, okay, 1s2. Then remember the arrangement. Then 2s2. Then 2b. We need 7 only. Look. B can carry how many يا جماعة؟ حد يقول معايا كده؟ يعني نسمع حد. أنس مثلا، أنس حبيب، you can tell me how many electrons the B can carry. بسرعة شوية. اللي أقول اسمه عشان هيقفل مننا يا جماعة. بسرعة شوية.
الو.
مين اللي اتكلم؟ أنس. Yes أنس. How many electrons B can carry? Please quickly. أنس. You don't know? طيب أحمد الكلاف.
يا مستر ولا
ريان. قول يا ريان. ها.
السلام عليكم يا مستر. انت تبغى اوتو بس ولا
أنا عايز دلوقتي B can carry how many electrons? I just say that in the table.
1.
No, B can carry 6 يا جماعة. مش قلنا
Six يا
ال S
مستر.
carry 2 وال B carry 6 وال D carry 10 وال F carry 14. فال B can carry 6. Yes? Okay. We don't need all of the 6 here because we need to fill 7 only. 2 plus 2 ادي 4. فاضل كام على ال 7؟ 3. Yes? So we will remove this and we'll put 3 only because we need 7. Look, 2 plus 2 4 plus 3 7. We distribute 7 only. We are making configuration يا جماعة توزيع. Okay? So they are 7. This is the nitrogen. If you want to draw them, 1 2 here for 1s2 and 2s2 here. Yes. And B 3 electrons. 1 2 3 according to Horn's rule. Okay, it will stop now. Everyone understand everything? The remaining time is only 1 minute or less. So you got this meaning? I follow the Aufbau principle here while moving from lower energy to higher energy. I follow Pauli exclusive while putting the electrons in opposite direction and only 2 electrons at most in each orbital. And I follow Horn's rule while distributing the electron in B. I put them individually first before pairing them. That's it. So I follow the 3 rules, okay, for the configuration. And we have many examples here. Look, for many examples, for many elements. And I did this example, nitrogen. I did this distribution or configuration and this drawing. Also, you can find all of this in the book, this table. Thank you for today, ya shabab.